Union Budget 2023 will be presented by Union Finance Minister Ms. Nirmala Sitharaman on Feb 1, 2023. As public and as taxpayers, what kind of changes can we expect? And the changes which they are going to implement, will that be beneficial to us? Hello and welcome back to Freedom English channel. This is Sanaram. Every year, as public and as taxpayers, we wait for this, and that is Union Budget. So this year, Union Budget 2023 is going to be presented on Feb 1, 2023. And we have a lot of expectations. And mainly, these expectations are around one thing, and that is we nearly want them to meet our expectations because we want the changes to be beneficial. Simple. So in order to understand what type of changes they are going to bring, we need to wait till the budget is out. But today in this video, we are just going to discuss few expectations which are, or I would say, which is prevailing around a big masses. So let's see what type of expectations are running in people's mind. And let us wait and see what actually happens on Feb 1. But before I jump into the video, if you are not subscribed to our channel, go ahead and subscribe our channel. The first expectation and the biggest expectation from the taxpayers is they are expecting the government to reduce the taxes. So normally what has happened now is the cost of living has increased and people are actually struggling to meet their normal needs. So in this union budget, if they say that they are going to reduce the taxes, it is going to be a big relief to the taxpayers. And one more thing which I would like to add here is, since 2017, there has not been any change in the tax slabs. They added a new tax regime in budget 2020 and 2021, in which they said individuals and Hindu undivided family can actually pay lower tax, but they should not opt for specified exemptions and deductions which included HRA, LTA and ATC. And the thing is, these were the most commonly used exemptions and deductions. So most of the people didn't opt for the other option which was given by the government, which was the new tax regime in past 2 years. So our first expectation from the taxpayers side is government should reduce the tax. Second one we are going to talk about is deductions and exemptions. First thing here is Finance Minister should consider one thing, and that is the limit of Section ATC has been 1.5 lakh since 2014, but inflation has raised by 50%. So they can actually evaluate this and even implement the same in new regime as well. And one more thing here is, when people start saving on taxes, they will have money in their hand, which automatically will fuel the economic growth of a country. And on the other side, ATC normally encourages people to invest for long term, maybe in NPS or in PPF. So these funds can be used in long term infrastructure projects of our country. And the third one here is repo rates have increased, and people who have borrowed money in order to buy home, their interest has also increased. So the burden they are carrying on their head now is too much. And on the same time, inflation has also increased. So if something or some relief is given on this side from Union Budget 2023, it actually would leave a big smile on home loan borrowers. The tax rebate on the housing loan on the interest side is 2 lakhs. If it can be hiked to 5 lakhs, it actually will provide more comfort. And public are expecting one more thing here, that is to have separate deduction on the principal repayment side, maybe around 1.5 lakhs. That actually would make the housing even more affordable. Another thing here which they are willing or which they are expecting from the government is, normally when we sell something and we get long-term capital gains, we can actually use those funds to get a new property or to construct. But if we are going to use that in a property which is under construction, that construction has to be completed within 3 years from the date of the sale when you have sold the property from which you have got the capital gains. But if this 3 years can be extended till 5 years, it really would be great. So this is on the housing side. And next comes the electric vehicles. So people are expecting even more reduction thresholds on electric vehicles as well, at least for 2 more years. And considering the medical expenses which is taking place right now, they should actually revisit the premium on the health insurance under Section 80D. If that can be done, we as public can actually have an even more comfortable life. Third one, India should focus on renewable energy, and this is also expected from the public. Renewable energy, what is it? So basically we are deriving energy from natural resources, so it automatically gets replenished, and that is more than the consumption what we do. So we have to shift towards this. And one thing here is India has given commitments in UN climate change conferences that it will be focusing or prioritizing on 3 things. First one, decarbonization, which means they will work on reducing the carbon dioxide content. And the second one is energy to transition, which means we are normally using the fossil fuels. So we will move to the renewable energy because the CO content will go down. The third one is using renewable energy, which we have already discussed. So since a commitment has been given by our nation, we as public are expecting that Union Budget 2023 will cover these. Although India has been the third highest producer of renewable energy globally, the progress has actually been a little slow. And if I have to mention the highest renewable energy producer state in our nation, it is Rajasthan. Okay, we have also been speaking about solar panel installations. There has been good amount of talks, but again, the progress is less. And when speaking about the solar panel installations, we also get subsidies on this, which means you can actually get the subsidy if the total cost of installation, avoiding or excluding the subsidy, is 60 to 70,000. And you actually will get incentives generation after generation based on the amount of energy you are creating per year. But to reach 2030 solar mission target, India, if can provide tax benefits on this to the individuals and to the companies who are working on the installation of solar panels, then it would be more comfortable and more encouraging. Fourth expectation or the concern is from the salaried class taxpayers, and this is regarding employment, because due to pandemic, many of us lost jobs. There was huge number of layoffs. So will Union Budget 2023 focus on this? It's a big question, and they really expect they do. And one more thing I would like to add here is people, when they are terminated from the company, but the individual has not committed any mistake. Basically, the company has terminated or fired the employee because there has been certain crisis, or the company is not doing well, or they have their reasons. But when something like this happens, company has to pay compensation to the employee, which is basically called the retrenchment compensation. But for an employee to take the advantage of this exemption, the employer has to meet some requirements. In case if those requirements are not met, then employee cannot claim this. And as of now, the amount which they get while they are claiming this is around 50,000. If it can be increased to 1 lakh, it would be really good. And this is one more expectation from the salaried class. So the basic concern here is employment. Last and the final expectation is from the companies and enterprises side. When it comes to India, different sectors pay different tax rates. But in order to place India or to position India as a competitive hub for manufacturing and service sector, these organizations are advocating and requesting for the same tax rate, which is 15%. And one more thing here is, there is a tax regime called concessional tax regime. So, particular group, particular individuals, particular organizations, they are actually paying a lesser tax rate. But when it comes to LLP and partnership firms, they are actually still paying a flat 30% of tax. So, if these places can also be given some concession, then that actually would be a happy news to the companies and enterprises. So, this is a big expectation from organization side. So, overall expectation from the taxpayers on the Union Budget 2023 is that it will actually be beneficial for them, will improve their life, and of course boost the economy of India as well. So let's wait and see what is going to happen, and we will get to know everything on Feb 1, 2023. So today, as I mentioned, we have covered the expectations which we have as public and taxpayers on Union Budget. Let's wait and see what happens, and if you like this video, give a thumbs up. If you think it will be beneficial for others, please share, and if you have not subscribed to our channel, go ahead, subscribe our channel and click the bell icon. And in case if you don't have Freedom app in your phone, go ahead and install it now. If you ask me why, all of us need someone in our life to tell us what to do. Because we will get stuck in our life in some place, when it comes to business, or when it comes to personal finance, or when it comes to farming. Freedom app will be your one-stop solution. All you have to do is just explore the app. There are so many courses, 900 plus courses, so many mentors who are going to teach you everything from A to Z. So you explore everything, find the solutions, implement it in your life, and change your life and build your life the way you want it to be. And with this point, I finish my video. I'll catch you again in the next video. Until then, you guys take care and bye-bye.